242. Hashtag attraction trigger at Mike Machero. Hashtag VerseTV241C.
Welcome to I Can't Believe That Happened Dating Women Edition. Everyone in my evangelical heterosexist environment told me that the way to trigger attraction toward women was to date women. So eventually I did end up dating a friend of mine. This would be attempt number 2. She was super cool. We've been dating for a few months, and one night we were making dinner in my kitchen and she told me that she loved me. And I knew in that moment, I can't do this anymore. Because for me, I was genuinely trying to see if some kind of attraction toward her would trigger and somehow fire off. Be straight like her! Which sounds absurd, but the cognitive dissonance is real. I can be straight. Is that straightness? But at that moment, it became very clear I am not experiencing that. And for someone to be in such an incredibly vulnerable and beautiful experience and be alone, I was like, I can't do this to her. So I broke up with her. The irony is not lost on me. So here's the deal. If you're somehow a straight person watching this, and you know gay people, let me tell you right now, despite what your pastor says, do not tell them to date somebody of the opposite sex. That will only create 2 victims and nobody wins. Welcome to I Can't Believe That Happened Dating Women Edition.
He's absolutely right. And yes, that would create 2 victims. And dare I say that a little piece of misogyny plays a role in this. Misogyny is in everything. It's in everything. But a little piece of misogyny to the extent that we don't mind telling a man who's same gender loving, gay, to just go ahead and date a woman, and you two can find your way. Oh my gosh, I have so much to say on this topic. Ugh. I got that from Doja Cat. Anyway, but yes, I agree, but it's tough, especially to the extent that I remember back in the day when I dated the woman I always say is the woman I would have married if I was a heterosexual man. I was genuinely into her. I was, and it's not like I'm genuinely into. I'll leave it at I was genuinely into her. I was. And I genuinely wanted us to work. I think it is like I was talking with a family member of mine about it not too long ago. And I do think it is for the best that it didn't work. Nevertheless, I was sincere in my attempt to have us work, and again, it's good that we didn't. It's fine that we didn't. And I remember this dude, speaking of the church, I met a man at church, you guys. Oh my gosh. And he was so beautiful and he was so thick and just, y'all know I love him thick. He was short and thick too. Anyway, but like short, not sloppy thick, but just short and, built. And he went with our church to a church outing. And he actually, at the church outing, he was so brave. He was so brave. And if anyone from the church, that church, actually remembers that time, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. But that's also because he was openly gay, which I was just too afraid of. I was afraid at that time. But he was brave for being out. And I didn't know he was out at the time that he was cozying up to me. I still remember, oh my gosh. And part of the reason that I get so emotional, baby, is because I'm thinking about how it was some trip and we were just walking around DC and how free I was and how much I loved going on long walks. And I'll get back there. I'm going to get back there. Yes. Yes. Positive thoughts, positive work. I go to the gym, y'all, every week. And, but yeah, he was cool. And what I say is, church, don't make people miss good potential matches just because